Hi, this is the Drupal usability meeting for January 23rd, 2018. And we are planning to look at out-of-the-box issues.
Okay, so I'm going to share the screen.
Yes, please.
You see?
Yep, thank you.
Okay, so there are 3 issues that we will need some feedback. All of the 3 issues are about wording, about what words shall we use to make the warnings more or less scary about to warn users that they are using a experimental or a demo profile, and that they shouldn't use it for production sites, for example. So I don't know if you can see it. Here we have the installation profile. I've prepared some screenshots and some installations. Let me find. Okay, here is the demo. So the first one will be this warning. This warning appears only when you have when you have selected the demo profile. And right now there's another issue that it will remove it when you are navigating on the front on the pages, and it will only appears when you are, for example, in content or you are logged in, but it won't appear on the sidebar when you are not on admin pages. So that's another commit and another issue. And right now here, the only purpose is to first turn down this this message, because it looks like in the product managers meeting, it was said that it was too scary, something like that. I don't know, Gabor, if you have more information about what was exactly said. But the thing is that we don't know exactly what we have to do here. So we will need to define what are these visual changes and to decide what should be the word that we will need here. In the issue, where is it? Here in the issue, here I uploaded another image where with a proposal from another issue that talked a little bit about that, and there was this link here, and some of the people in the last call we had for the out of the box, they mentioned that maybe using the link here was also good. And for this issue right now, what we need is to define what are the changes, the text that we should be using, and define the link. Because right now, I don't know if you've seen it, when I clicked here, I've came to an issue that shouldn't be here. And on the Drupal Slack, it was said that it would be good to have like a guide inside documentation. And maybe if that exists, we could link that message there with more information about that. And those are all the ideas and the things that we need here. So, any idea or any proposal, or Gabor, at least, do you remember what it was said on the product managers meeting?
I think the most important would be that the warning shown in the toolbar would be linking to a place that documents why, because the way the place it currently links to is an issue that is not very useful for someone who's interested in what's going on.
Mm.
And then whether that is itself a button or it's a read more, either way could work. But I think that was the most important message. I think we did discuss what you've said, that this stuff, it would be distracting on the front end to see this. And that's why we suggested that it would go on the back end only in the toolbar.
Okay, that's already done.
Yeah.
So right now, here there was a proposal for making it brown on the parent side, on the parent issue here, and I remember, it got a bit brown. There was an accessibility review, and they said a little bit darker. Andrew asked for it. Wow, there's actually a patch. Yeah, there's actually another patch for it. Okay, but it's what that's doing is just removing it from the sidebar. Sorry, so from the toolbar. And this is the proposal, more or less, that we are going to make for the color, at least. Mark also said that maybe it shouldn't be in bold. I don't know if that's fine, if it goes mentioned. And I don't know. What else do you think it should be done here?
Yeah, I'm trying to find the comment that Angie posted on Thursday. But obviously there's a lot of issues.
Yeah.
Can an installation profile implement hook help?
What do you mean?
Can you use Drupal's internal help pages, as we were looking at for the media module? Can you have such a page for the installation profile, or does that only work for modules?
I have to say that I haven't thought on that, and I don't even heard that about from anyone, but it actually makes sense. Yeah.
I reckon in theory it can work, because installation profile is like, it's like a module. But yeah, I'm not sure.
Okay. So what would you do? So you would go with a link to this internal help page, and then we'll explain a little bit more there, and from there maybe point to a guide or something like that with some more information.
Yeah, I think especially we assume this is going to be changing as we go through minor version updates, and I think it would be desirable to have that link go to something that's known to be the same version, because it's in the same code base that's running on the site.
Okay. I see. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, it's actually a very good idea, I think.
And also it would be purposely written as the destination when you click here, with that in mind, rather than linking to something that was written for for other purposes to discuss the issue.
Yeah, and probably documentation. Yeah, we actually talk about that, about the problems that we are going to have to maintain the documentation. So yeah, it makes a lot of sense to do that. Okay, so that's about the link. About the color, Gabor, you're saying that the color and maybe making it not bold maybe would be enough.
Yeah, I found Angie's comment is 197 on the main issue. The one that she posted says, here's a link in Hangouts. So it's the one where she actually committed, or almost committed, the patch. And that basically she summarized the problems there, and she summarized the problems with the installer warning, saying that it should be dynamic based on the profile selection, should not include the warning prefix, and yeah. So yes, that. And then the one in the toolbar, Roy said that we may want to really tone this warning down. Yeah, that's where it says all these things. And then there's an issue opened for the permanent warning message, and there's an issue open for the install profile stuff. But this is where those came from.
Well, that's the first one with the design section. Yeah, with the first proposals here. Okay, so.
Right, so that was the summary from the product meeting from Thursday.
So a little bit of recap. We said using the internal help, tone down it a little bit, change the link, and just lost the. I'm just going. And it's not clear exactly about business, right? Okay, I will ask to Roy if he wants to add something else here. And let's move to another issue. Okay, this last issue, the number was 938,800. And the next one is the warning for the profile installation page. And here is the warning that is creating right now. There's the experimental tag in bold here. And there's the umami demo, like a title. This text installed with the Umami Food Magazine demonstration website, a simple Drupal website that shows off some of the features of what it is possible with Drupal out of the box. And the warning, this is a sample website. You should not use it as the basis of your website. So that's what's there right now. And David Rothstein made a proposal to change it for demo Umami Food magazine and short it a little bit. So any idea here, any proposal, or what do you think about that? I actually have it here.
It should be that rather than which.
Where?
In the yellow text box.
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably the only native English speaker here, right?
Yeah, at least for me.
It should be that.
Okay.
And yeah, in general, shorter is better. Is there any really important information from the longer message that got removed? I don't think so.
Well, well, no, because I was gonna say it's a food magazine, but that it's a demo and that it's a food magazine. He moved it here to the title. No, I think it's exactly the same.
I mean, I guess one explicitly says, "Thou shalt not use this for your real website." That's defining by what it's not, and the other is defining it by what it is. It is a demo.
Yeah. So in general, we had this feedback almost in all the messages. Let's warn people. Sorry, let's not scare people, but we really need that people don't use that as a starting point for their website. At least if they use it, they shouldn't expect to have this update path or something like that. So maybe it's just a matter of communication instead of scaring people. But so if
I don't think the text that it's for demonstration purposes conveys that we don't want people to start off with it.
So you think that's okay?
Yeah, I think the key was to remove the warning prefix because it's already a warning. Like if you would use some announcer system that would announce you based on the icon or the whatever other affordances we have for warnings, they would assume that we have invisible text. So accessibility would be maybe the only reason to include warning as a prefix on the warning. But I hope that our warnings are already accessible enough to not need to do that.
Okay. Then the last issue, if we have right. Okay. Maybe we don't have. Yeah, we have time. Yeah. So the last issue is the warnings that are appearing on the status page. So if you right now you install the profile, you got this message in the status page saying that this is a demonstration profile only, and that should not be used for production or live sites. And to start building a new site, you should reinstall Drupal and choose another profile. And if you actually have updated the version of Drupal core, you got an error message saying you that Drupal has been updated and you could have some issues. The text here is more or less the same. Here we have a strong. It's the first time I see it. And David here is also proposing some text. And he says that experimental module, well, he shortened this a little bit, removing all the warnings and goes to, well, the same warnings message that we had before, and just reworded it a little bit. He's actually, he actually added a little bit of text here that he tried to make the wording more closely to one of the experimental modules. And he really don't see the point of having this error for Drupal if you have updated Drupal 6. Well, if you have updated the version of Drupal. The problem here is that if you don't warn people, for example, we start creating something like, I don't know, support for layouts. Well, actually, we discussed that on Slack, and it sounds like we found a way of moving it. But for example, if you install, if we make the layouts recipe with layouts, if we create it with layouts and someone disable layouts, then the recipe should work anyway. So using adding that here was more like, let's prevent that if someone tries to update later, they should know that they shouldn't do that. And that's all. Any thoughts?
Yeah, I'm not seeing the specific text is so small. Yeah, but it likely makes sense to harmonize the different labels.
Okay, so what about having the error message? Does it make sense for you?
I don't think it's in your, it should be in your control anyway, because it's whatever Drupal core does. So it's not really Umami's problem that it's complaining about the versions. It's already what happens if you install that version of core. So
okay,
that's what it is.
Thanks. Anyone else have any other?
Yeah, the new text makes sense, I think, for an installation profile.
Okay.
Now that I can read it, to make sense. The strong experimental / strong is probably either a bug or a possibility that you are trying to use that's not working.
Okay, that's probably something that comes from the installation page. That's there.
Yeah, that one, and also the two items above, same problem. In the yellow, the middle yellow, yeah, that one, yeah. So that's not good.
Okay, I want to write it down also. Okay, then that's all. Thank you. I'm gonna write all this feedback on the issues. And that's all. I don't know if anyone else have any other issue.
So Francesco sent me a multilingual translation revision issue, but I don't even understand the intricacies, so I will not be able to present that. But I will, once I understand it, I will likely be able to follow up myself, so we don't need to hold up everyone in trying to understand revision translations from screenshots that do not have historic data. And I don't have any other issues that have been sent my way. So if we don't know of others, then that was it. I hope that was helpful, Christina. And if there's obviously any questions, then we should discuss outside of the meeting as well as to not hold up progress. All right. There's no other issues. Then thanks everyone for coming. Keep up the great work.
Thank you for the feedback.
Thank you. Thanks everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Good night.